Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of
The Skooled Zone.
All right, we had some fun with the last two episodes, giving you guys the mic, so to speak, to list all the factoids we might have come across in the environment, and now it's back to me. So I'll be schooling this episode. There's hagfish in there. It might be a rather longish episode, actually, because I'm going to try to cover the basement, the ground floor, and the first floor. In the last session, we took care of handling all of the outer courtyard, the water lock, gazebo, and we commandeered that watchtower, which is now on our side. Had a lot of fun. If you didn't watch it, it's a pretty cool episode, actually. And I am going to, let's see, should I rewire that alarm first? Why not? Just in case we want to come back to this area. I doubt it. I think we're going to just skip all around the back there, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. So let's grab this copper wire and head on in. Okay. So let's maneuver through this little ventilation shaft. Drop down right here. Eavesdrop on this conversation.
What is going on down there, General?
There are no reports of any disturbances, Lord Regent.
I don't care. Double the guards anyway. Triple them. Make sure everyone is doing what needs to be done.
Yes, Lord Regent. Since the rooftop is secure, you should stay in the safe room for now. My men and I will ensure no one gets up to you.
Yes, you do that, General.
I'm heading up. Keep this area secure and use that alarm if there's any sign of trouble. Yes, sir.
All right, let's have some fun with some rats. In fact, I'm going to just equip them in that right keypad there. And now that we've got Rat Swarm 2, they are just pretty much going to take care of about 50% of the guards in the next minute or two. All right, ready? Watch this. It's going to be crazy. So they're all going to come running from everywhere, and they're just going to get consumed. We're just going to keep summoning them until they just all, like, waste away. Look at them all clustered there. See, I'd throw a grenade right now, but right now they just think the rats are just coming from I don't know where. They don't know about us. See, they just keep coming. Now, if we wanted to, we could actually travel all the way up to some of these upper areas with our blink, but you know what? We want to actually do some exploring. So there's always one guard who thinks he can shoot the rats from like 10 yards away. He's the one we usually have to take out. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay.
Where are you?
Nice. Okay, so we are good to go. In fact, that little episode just took out more guards than I had originally anticipated, so that's pretty awesome. We are just going to take a quick peek, make sure there's no more guards kind of loitering around. Excellent. Okay, so let's start with the ground floor here. We will make our way up to here. Because I just wanted to show you real quick this monitor here. So if you wanted to, you could turn on this switch and have a little conversation with the Lord Regent. It's a pretty cool little steampunk looking device there. Obviously, it couldn't have existed because television radio was barely invented at this point, but television didn't come into effect until, the early 20th century. So this thing is definitely much more advanced than they had at the time, but it's pretty neat. The only reason I don't want to turn it on is because of two reasons. One, it's going to alert the Lord Regent of our presence and put all the rest of the guards in the Dunwall Tower on high alert. And there's no reason for that. Right now, none of them know we're here. So we might as well keep it that way, be good little assassins. The only reason we want to let him know is to kind of taunt him. You may get a special action out of it, but there's not really any point other than that, which is cool. You can give it a try. It's actually an interesting conversation. It kind of strikes some fear in his heart. But the other reason I don't want to do it is because sometimes it can stick, and you'll get sort of stuck in place while some guards from I don't know where run down here and start menacing you. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that's an option. Let's head down here and start with the ground floor. Let's see where this goes. Oh, okay. So that actually goes outside, as does this door right here. So we don't want to go outside. We do want to grab that, blow out these candles. And there's the area map we saw up in the Hound Pits pub. Same thing, pretty much. Okay, so we're going to just take a quick peek around here and see if there's anything worth schooling. There's Caldwin's Bridge, nice little picture of that. And see all this covered stuff, these overturned tables and chairs. For some reason, there's a lot of that in the Dunwall Tower. I think it's either because it's just been built, or more likely because it's just been taken over and the Lord Regent is doing some remodeling, so to speak. But it definitely gives it that sort of haunted mansion look. And that's one of the reasons why I love this particular mission. I'm just going to relish this mission for what it's worth. Got a little save point there, I think, because we entered with the skeleton key, which you can only get from the Boyle Manor. It was given to one of the Boyle ladies by the High Regent. I think they had a little affair going on. See a guy about ready to have a conversation, so let's open this door. Yep. See if we can peek around the corner and eavesdrop on him.
And this train needs to go to the torture. I mean, the royal interrogator.
Oh no. Why do I have to take it?
He's harmless, unless you're scheduled for execution or for questioning.
He's so strange. Always working on something he keeps secret. And he has that brute of a dog.
Trust me, he's gentle as a lamb. Now, take him his food.
All right, so they're coming right at us, but I don't think they can see us because we're basically invisible when we're leaning around a corner. So we're going to use this opportunity now to choke her out. Guess that food never got delivered. Why don't we set her down somewhere safe? Don't want to put her in the dumpster, so how about up here? Yeah, seems like a good spot. Oh, look at that. Rewire tool. Replace the one we used outside. Okay, so there's two more maids. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Now we can use it to top ourselves off. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. There we go. Sneaky, sneaky. Couldn't have done that without the dark vision. Okay. We are doing good. I knew another one was going to be traipsing down here. Now all we got to do is take out that sort of head butler, that major domo. In fact, let's eat this food real quick so it doesn't look suspicious. And then figure out where he went. Oh, look at that. It's a guard, 2 guards. There we go. Okay, so he's wandering around here somewhere. We'll have to figure out where he is and get to him. But in the meantime, we can sort of do a little looting around here. Check this area out. Some whale oil, security room key, and a grenade. You gotta love it. Guy dropped his helmet. Weeper identification and handling. Okay, I think we read that in Dr. Galvani's office, maybe? No, maybe it was in the distillery. I knew that would kind of happen, you know? We'd read a lot of books early on in the game. They would start repeating, and then the episodes would become a little more streamlined. So that's exactly what is happening. Okay, I think this is the security room, so let's go ahead and unlock it. Head in here and use that as our opportunity to rewire this wall of light. So if any guards head through that wall of light right there, they're gonna have a bad day. Looting in recent months. Okay, that I know we read in the distillery. Looks like a little storage room for some of Sokolov's devices. This is obviously the guards' barracks. Okay, he's heading our way. What's through this door? Okay, so this is the first floor. All right, before we do all this, we're actually going to go down to the basement. Okay, he's not looking anymore. So, oh, there's another maid. I knew there was 3 maids. So we'll let her pass on by. There we go. Okay, so let's sneak up behind her, choke her out. And we'll set her back over here again. They all just got really drunk and passed out in the kitchen. So we can use this opportunity now to actually blink up to this area, which is basically kind of where we were before, but on the other side of that wall now, so I don't have to try to dodge that guard's line of sight. Oh, and there's the butler.
Hearing strange noises from the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Coming from the torturer's rooms. He's a walking
Let's
freak.
see here.
Stay clear of him. Everyone does. What's wrong? She's mute, but it's important.
Okay, that was incredibly close and risky, but hey, no risk, no reward. All right, perfect. He walked himself downstairs, so now we can choke him out. And all the maintenance staff is now out of the way. So we are good to go. Let's head back up here to where we were and take those guards out. In fact, since they are clustered here, I'm going to do our little Bend time. Spring razor trick. Boom! Look at all that shrapnel flying around. All that's left is the bloody pulp. What is that on the floor? Oh, it's gone now. Okay. All right. Love it when everything goes our way. Got a coin, some hemlock essence. Like I mentioned a couple episodes ago, we're doing really good on money, so we don't need to be collecting this stuff. But you know, somebody may be watching and wondering where all that little extra loot is. We could have also traveled along this ventilation shaft up here. Let's see, is this a little bathroom? Yep, little chamber pot set up there. Got a book over here. Tales for Children. Ha! I'm always going to remember this book. This is the book that made me totally crack up and die about episode, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 11. I can't remember, but that was hilarious. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and head down now and talk to the torturer. Got a little save point there. We're actually not going to talk to him. We're just going to slay him, get our revenge. Let's see what's going on here. Look at him. He's just beating a dead corpse over here, using it as target practice. All right, he's also got a pup over here, which is a pretty mean thing. We're actually going to sleep dart it so that we don't have to kill it. All right, we are going to set a spring razor right there. And this way, when he runs up on us, hopefully it'll take him out. We don't get to use incendiary bolts very often, so let's do that. Hit him with a couple times. And now he should run up, and the spring razor should do the rest. Excellent! Got a little backfire from that. No, don't run. Okay, just want to grab a little bit more mana. All right, great job. Okay, so he's out of the picture. Unfortunately, we can't pick up his weapon, but that's all right. We can eat his apple, get that health back from the spring razor, grab his coin, and then, of course, grab his rune.
Here you are, Corvo, within the high walls of your enemy's stronghold. What an impressive sight you make on your way to face the Lord Regent. How will you end his reign? By blood or by truth? He's not an easy man to get close to. If the Empress had been as well guarded, how different things would be now. Is it just revenge you're after, or do you have another plan in mind? Will you restore things, make it all right again and crown a new Empress? Or will you send them all howling into the void? Either way, I expect a good show.
Good show, good show. All right. Okay, that was awesome. So I think we're getting really close. Let's take a peek here. 3 more runes and we get to stop time. That's just going to be crazy. Let's read this note. Dearie. Oh, dearie, dearie, down in the cellar so dreary. Why won't you come out to see me? When you were here, we made them scream, didn't we? Come back to visit and I'll give you another present, carved and shiny. You aren't much in the way of proper conversation, mind you, but I do love to watch you work. Come back and I'll tell you stories, such stories. Your dear Granny. All right, so this is obviously Granny Rags, and the note is for the torturer. And it was pointed out to me actually by one of the viewers that the Mute Boy mentioned in one of the books, I think it was Granny Rag's journal. The Mute Boy is actually that guy, the torturer that we just took out. So thanks for that. I love learning from you guys as much as you love learning from me. So keep it up. And we're going to take a quick peek at, oh look, a coin. Poor guy. All right, he's obviously dead, but he was quite tortured while he was alive. So here's an interesting factoid. Many of you have heard about the Geneva Convention and its restrictions against modern torture. But there's actually another document signed 35 years later called the UN Convention Against Torture. It currently has 158 countries on board, so there are at least 2 major world treaties against torture. And in case anybody doesn't know what a treaty is, it's basically a contract signed by a country instead of an individual that's upheld by international law. So it was a good thing that we took him out. I think we got everything we needed down here. Yep. Maybe his dog will wake up and eat him. Okay. Let's head on back up. Keep this ball rolling. All right, I see some loot up ahead. See what the guard situation looks like. Yeah, there's a guard there. See if we can take him out when he gets to the top of the stairs. Oh yeah. Any more guards? Are we temporarily in the clear? Wow, that's a little crazy. Let's blow out this candle here. Okay, so now we can peek around. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to create a little save point because they're going to run up behind us and everything's going to go nuts. So hopefully that won't happen, but always good to be sure. Okay, give me a little peace of mind there. Now we can definitely check out this whole little gallery here. I guess you'd call it a little mini museum. So these are, I guess, little models of some of the devices and equipment in the game. This thing right here is that floodlight mentioned in one of the homeroom announcements, in fact. This, I can tell, is a arc light or an arc pylon. I don't know what this thing is. If everybody knows what that is, let me know. We discussed grandfather clocks and pendulum clocks in a past episode. All right, so this looks like some loot, but it's behind glass. And there are some guards around here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to one of our bone charms that we don't use very often. We got this one pretty early on. Here it is, Delicate Touch. So we'll just temporarily unequip one of them. Equip that. Now, can break the glass without the guards coming running. And since we have it equipped... Oh, can I pick up that bolt? Jeez, it's awesome. Okay, so since it's still equipped, I'm going to go ahead and break this. Grab this Imperial egg. And by the way, we talked about this egg in the Boyle Mansion episode. Some interesting little trivia about that. Okay, now I can go back, unequip that. Re-equip our white rats. And continue exploring this little gallery here. I saw a book over here, I think. Yep, here we go. Isle of Tyvia. Excerpt from a volume on Tyvian geography and culture. Northernmost among the isles, Tyvia is dominated by snarling mountain ranges that rise up from frozen plains. Travel between cities involves arduous treks, arduous means difficult or strenuous, through territory thickly infested with terrible bears and packs of hounds adapted to the climate. Despite these conditions, Tyvian art, architecture, food, and fashion are ornate and complex, marked by an intricate refinement that perhaps arose as a counterpoint to the cold, harsh land itself. While people in the lower city of Caltaine share much with their nearest neighbors in Morley, most Tyvians are a breed apart, which is an expression that means unique or very different from the norm, shaped by generations of life in the inhospitable cold. Austere, which means strict or self-disciplined, and regal, which means royal or stately, Tyvians are proud of their customs, food, and history, and have little concern for the isles to the south. I don't know if you guys have ever played Skyrim, another Bethsoft game, but these Tyvians kind of remind me of the Nords from Skyrim. Alright, let's keep going. Thought I saw another book or something around here. Nope. Oh yes, right here. Slackjaw's Bottle Street Gang. Yep, we read that in a previous episode. Okay, we're just gonna keep moseying on over here. Oops. Nope, you're not on alert anymore. Okay. That was close. We're gonna get out our sleep dart.
Errant mind before it becomes fractious and divided. Can two enemies occupy the same body? No, for the first will direct it one way, and the second another, until they stumble into a ditch. Likewise, two contrary thoughts cannot long abide in a man's mind, or he will become weak-willed. Object to any heresy. Restrict the lying tongue that is like a spark in a man's...
Okay, I don't know why I choked him out, because I'm just going to end up killing him. Just make sure no one's watching us from up here. Like, right there. The ash falls through the floor. That's awesome. Okay, so I didn't let him finish his conversation because he was basically just reading from this book, which we're going to do in just a second. Let's grab... Oh, grenade. Wow, I'm full on grenades. That's crazy. I know I can top this off, though. Let's read this. Influences of the Outsider. Brother, with an anxious heart I respond to your letter. If your suspicion is true, I have grave misgivings about those presiding over Dunwall Tower. I have only recently resolved my disagreements with the Abbey, and it has come to me as a surprise that some are lobbying for me to take up the mantle of High Overseer. But despite all that is going on, I hope to advise you personally in this matter. Last time you wrote, you speculated that the mute who serves as the torturer within Dunwall Tower might be a follower of the Outsider. He has an odd countenance, which means one's facial appearance, usually with a lack of expression. His tongue is twisted and he cannot speak, and a wolfhound follows him about. Add to this the incomprehensible groaning and the litany of repeated whispers you hear coming from his chambers at night, and it seems certain. At first, I found it hard to believe. How could one I admire so, such as the Lord Regent, allow this to go unchecked within his own house? Surely he must respect the 7 strictures. But now I see the pieces arranged before me. I must tell you, it aligns with a vision experienced by one of our sisters from the oracular sect. Coming to me in the night, she spoke, "Silence inflicts pain, and a hound's shadow follows the puppet of the Outsider. Your position at the tower has been of great use to our order, and there is no shame in reporting back to me. You are an overseer first and foremost. It is your sole duty to protect the world of men from the malevolent influences of the Outsider. We talked about malevolent in a past episode. Tell no others of this and await my instructions. I must wonder how high up into Dunwall Tower this corruption has spread. Martin. He's the guy that we saved. Let's see what this book has to say. Overseer Chant. Restrict an errant mind before it becomes fractious and divided. Fractious means irritable or easily angered. Can two enemies occupy the same body? No, for the first will direct it one way and the second another until they stumble into a ditch. Likewise, two contrary thoughts cannot abide in a man's mind, or he will become weak-willed and subject to any heresy. We also talked about heresy in a past episode. Restrict the lying tongue that is like a spark in a man's mouth. It is such a little thing, yet from one spark an entire city may burn to the ground. The father of a lie will suffer a punishment compounded by each person related. It's pretty deep, actually. Restrict the roving feet that love to trespass. They pay no heed to the boundary stones. So boundary stones are also called border markers, and they're plaques, blocks, or even obelisks of like a durable material, usually stone, that let travelers know when they're about to enter a new country. They can also be used to mark meridians or geographic coordinates of other men's fields. They wander into foreign lands only to return with their souls blackened by iniquity. And we talked about iniquity in a past episode as well. All right, let's keep moving. So that whole little chapel area has been taken care of. Why they have a floodlight flooding this room with light, I have no idea. We'll try to stick to the shadows a little bit here. Okay, so this is back to that little museum. Don't think there's anything really to see up in here. So let's keep moving around. Little dining hall here. Clock, painting. Same clock. Looks like it probably fell off the mantle there. Okay, not much to school in there. So let's keep it rolling. Okay, so there's that wall of light. We could walk through that. But let's see where this door leads. Okay, cool. So we're back to that hallway. Excellent, excellent. And just because we're doing really good on rewire tools, I'm going to go ahead and rewire this alarm. Okay. So let's take a peek down this hall. See where this door goes. You guys gonna attack us? No. We'll just eat them for some mana. Okay, are these notes? Okay, so this room looks like maybe where the busts are stored. They seem to be used as propaganda. There's even a box full of them. The vanity of the man. Thought that was one of the strictures, maybe not. Okay, so I think we're pretty clear. We can just run on down here. Blow this out. And this leads to, I believe, that propaganda tower. Yep, the broadcast station. So we're going to head in there in the next episode. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we covered the basement, the ground floor, and this first floor. So we're going to work our way up there and then head down and cover all of the second floor and the third floor. Who knows? Maybe we might be able to make it through all of it in the next episode. We'll see. It's a lot to cover, but yeah. Okay, so we'll leave it here. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Doesn't cost anything and it helps rank that video. And also be sure to share the video. That's what really spreads the word. So yeah, anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode.